You're listening to Quantum Childhood, a Tales from the Loop actual play podcast presented by Geek at Arms. My name is Brian, I'll be the Game Master. Let's introduce our players.
Well, hi, I'm Jacob. I play Kevin, the popular kid, who's like 13 or something.
Hi, I'm Christian. I play Enzo, the weirdo, who's 14 years old.
I'm John. I play Joe Marsh Smith. I'm the rocker kid, about 14 years old.
I am Jacob, and I play Cody, the hick.
So my character's name is Mo. She's 12 years old. My name is Yolanda.
My character's name is Billy Jacobs. He's a 14-year-old troublemaker. And my name is James.
This is episode 13 of the 4 Seasons of Mad Science, I, Wagner, Part 2. So you were leaving Don Dixon's house to go back to the hideout. And I would like to remind you that you have not yet reported Lena's death. Did you want to stop at that convenience store and do that on your way?
Wait, minor pause for a second. We found the dead body, then we went to Don Dixon's house. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, we found a payphone.
Didn't make it.
Those are some bad priorities, guys. Okay.
Well, I think the plan was to find a phone near Don Dixon's house because he lives close to that little strip mall.
Oh, that strip mall.
And then you just kind of forgot about it by the time you got there.
What? How do you forget?
We were distracted by the force.
Yeah, we got to report a murder. I forgot.
I mean, when the dog that was not Kevin's fault died, that was like all he thought about. I guess he wasn't taking care of her, so washed his hands.
Yeah, so for a recap, so we found the dead body, and then we went to Don Dixon's house, and that's when we snuck the photos out?
Correct.
Yes.
Right. And so you have a dozen or so photos and one very large portrait of the woman whose death you're about to report.
What time is it?
Very normal.
Is it getting late into the afternoon now?
Probably, yeah. We'll say mid-afternoon, 3-4 o'clock.
Okay.
By the time you've cleared out of Don Dixon's place.
Because here's what I'm thinking, guys. There were kids from school who were going to go see the body, right?
Oh, that's right. This is Monday, so it must be more like 6 or 7.
We could frame them.
So,
Oh my god!
or we could just let them report it and then not draw any more attention.
As stands with like 12 portraits and a giant painting. So yeah, I'll probably just start heading home, I guess.
We can keep the portraits in the hideout. And so definitely don't take those
It's not
home.
going to make us look weird if we ever get found out.
You know, I'm not usually one to encourage arson. Okay, that's a lie. I am one to encourage arson. But maybe we just burn these?
But the brushstrokes on this painting, they're so nice.
Are you hearing yourself right now?
So many happy accidents.
Let's put it in the hiding space.
I have a happy accident joke to make, but I'm going to hold back on it.
Just make a copy, Christian, before we burn them.
Look how happy these trees are, though. I mean,
What if we covered up her face on the painting? I heard that the Da Vinci guy, he just covered up someone else's painting. You know, Fake Science Monthly that Kevin has a subscription to.
but you're right. It probably is wisest just to get rid of him.
I mean, maybe we should say a few words.
Oh, now you all sound like someone killed your dogs. Oh, wait. Sorry, man. Sorry to bring up the past.
Too soon.
All right, so what is your intention then? What are you doing?
Right. So, well, payphone, then fireplace.
Sure. We can make a bonfire at the hideout.
Anybody got s'mores?
We should actually definitely get s'mores.
We just have corn nuts. That's all.
We can pick them up at the convenience store.
Yes, you should.
Who's making the phone call then?
I should do it.
Well, wait. The police know some of us a little bit. Who has anybody here not talked to the police before?
I resent I resent that implication, and you're absolutely right. Someone else should do it.
Mogu was abducted by the police, right?
Yeah, I'm not calling
And
Cody.
Enzo's bowing out too.
Has Cody been to the police station?
He had one positive interaction.
You have to ask where this adventure has gone
Briefly.
when all of us are trying to figure out, okay, who isn't recognizable to the police?
I think Kevin's the only one who hasn't been in there, right?
I don't think I have.
Or hasn't interacted with a police officer.
Or you can disguise your voice. Like, I might have a duck collar in my backpack and can just talk through it, and maybe I'll distort it.
Okay. Solid plan.
There's an idea.
So just see Howard the Duck.
He might have caught something on TV. So.
All right, so Kevin,
The duck collar part of your nature kit.
are you making the call then?
Sure, I'll do it.
All right, and who are you calling?
The 911, because I don't know any other numbers.
911?
Yes.
Okay.
Just those two numbers?
There's 3, right?
He figured he'd learn one at the beginning and one at the end, and that would be all he needed, right?
There you go.
All right, so you dial 911, and the operator picks up, says, 911, what's your emergency?
Yes, I'd like to report a dead body. I mean, a murder.
A dead body and a murder? Oh my goodness!
Well, there's
where
the
are
same.
you? Where is this? Where did this happen?
Down by that dry creek bed on off of Drury Lane.
Is it right next to the Muffin Man?
Yeah.
A dry creek bed near Drury Lane. Can you be any more specific? Is it south of Drury or north?
Oh, it's definitely southwest.
Southwest of Drury Lane. Okay, I got that. And you said this was a murder. Are you safe, son? Are you okay?
Oh yeah, and I didn't do the murder.
I'm very glad. Kevin, is that you again?
I hang up. I hang up.
All right.
I have
How'd
talked
it
to
go,
her
Kevin?
before.
That seemed
I forget.
Sudden.
I think she's on my character sheet as one of my guns.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Mrs.
911.
Bettram.
Oh,
Is
wow.
your anchor?
The 80-year-old 911 operator. Yeah, I forget.
This isn't going to come back and bite us.
Spend all that time deliberating about who's had the least contact, and we choose the person with a 911 operator as a relationship.
Exactly.
So I was very careful to ask who exactly he was calling.
Hoisted on our own petard. Well, I look over and I'm like, guys, Mrs. Beecham answered the phone, but we should probably lay low for a little while.
I mean, as long as you didn't tell her where the hideout is, we should be all right.
Kevin.
You didn't tell her about our hideout, right?
Kevin.
What hideout?
That's what I like to hear. Can we get some? I want to get marshmallows from the convenience store for s'mores. Well, I guess, and graham crackers and chocolate.
The big ones?
We'll see what kind of selection this convenience store has.
We're in morning. We
Can I have Funyun? I mean, you saw it coming.
Look, I'm on a budget. You have to buy your own Funyuns.
Ooh, get the Stay Puff Man marshmallows. Those are the best.
Oh.
All right, so I presume that you head back to the hideout from here? Once you've got your s'more supplies and Funyuns?
Yes.
Yep.
Right, so as soon as you enter the old gambler's den, Mrs. Peabody drops a checker on Kevin's head and says, "Keep me." Then she gets excited to see Mogu and flitters over to her to peck at her pocket, saying, "Corn! Does she have corn?" She's dropping a lot of feathers, and that old wound on the side of her head looks infected again. Meanwhile, Mander 2 is climbing the wall of his terrarium and sticks his nose on the glass, apparently happy to see Enzo.
Who?
Mander the salamander.
Yeah,
Mander
Salamander.
2.0.
The salamander? I think I was unconscious for this, guys.
Dude, he had the salamander in the other dimension.
I think
We did discuss this when Kevin was in the other dimension, yes.
No, Enzo was in another
I was in
dimension.
another dimension?
And he had a family and a salamander. Mandor.
Okay.
So
That was the most bogus journey.
Totally.
Now I want to mandor the salamander.
Nice.
apparently Mander 1.0 turned out to be Mander 2.0.
I like that Enzo 1 and Enzo 2 are both as creative.
Yes.
Wait, there's only one of you, right?
That we know.
Yes. We all do the dramatic hamster look of like,
But there can only be one.
There can be only one?
there's only one of you now.
yeah, we don't talk about the Enzer Highlander situation.
We definitely don't talk about the Enzo Highlander 2 situation. Tell me a little bit about the furnishings in your hideout.
We've got some boxes, some old crate boxes, wood crate boxes. We've got those kind of set up as desks and tables and chairs.
Did we have lawn chairs back in the day? Or no?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a few lawn chairs.
Those ones with the nylon straps that always fray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got some janky ones for sure.
We have this like big one that's red,
Yeah.
and it's like our captain's chair.
That must be yours.
Well, I mean,
But it's
Like one of the full fold-out ones, so that when you sit on it, you have to kind of lie all the way down.
but all the straps in the center are giving out, so whoever sits in it, kind of their butt kind of just slides down into it.
Ooh. And we found a long time ago, we found one of those old like 60s TV cabinets, one of the huge ones that still has the TV in it. We just picked it up and now it's being used as a table.
Oh, yeah. Big
Yeah.
hole in the TV screen. I'm
Oh,
assuming.
and we also found one of those large wooden spoolers that had the cable, the copper wrapped around it. We've got one of those as well.
Do you mean a dorm room a coffee table?
we're college students.
That's it. Exactly.
There's definitely a David Hasselhoff poster.
Does it say "Don't hassle the Hoff"?
It says it in German. Nein Hassel der Hoffen.
Proof once again that Germans love David Hasselhoff. No, we definitely need Airwolf and Knight Rider posters up on the walls. A-Team,
Oh, definitely.
Animal Man.
Is there running water?
No. Well, whatever's dripping out of the side of the wall
Okay.
in that one corner, it's some groundwater.
Well, now I believe when you were setting this up, it was an old like a speakeasy or a gambler's den. So they might have piped some water in there, like from a well or something.
Oh.
Then there might be an old beat up bar.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Probably some
Actual
like
point.
Yeah, when you turn it on, you have to wait 2.5 minutes after you turn it on for the brown to get gone, and
and
then
there's probably not a lot of lead in it.
There's definitely a small bar.
0.2 million parts per second. Yeah.
All right, so what are you doing?
I would like to start breaking down the pictures into kindling, but I want to look for like writing or something on them.
I'm going to ask because I think this might have been an adventure where Billy was not here. What exactly is the relevance, or what makes these paintings so important that we did not want to leave them in that house?
Oh.
I have no idea.
So,
I'm kind of wondering the same thing.
Enzo was just following orders, so
I hate to say this, but Billy was just like, "Oh, petty theft. Let's roll with it."
it was Cody's idea, right?
Do you know of Donald Dixon, Billy?
Donald Dixon. Yes, I do, but I'm curious to hear what you remember of him. We can compare notes.
He's a crazy old scientist dude. So, we noticed some birds acting weird, and so we ended up at Don Dixon's.
gesture over this Peabody.
Yep,
Core.
she was one of them. But we've reintegrated her into
We're
society.
teaching her how to play poker.
But we went to Don Dixon's house, and Don Dixon is obsessed with Lena, and that's why there's pictures of her all over his house. So he ended up reappearing at some point, but not for long. And Lena has been popping up ever since. And he's Stacy's uncle, and she's been stalking me and probably left that mural at the school after the dance.
Yeah, she seems the type who would definitely deface school property like that.
I agree.
The paintings were a connection between them all, and you didn't want anyone else to find out about that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what you had mentioned your notes on Don Dixon. What do you know about him?
Pretty much everything that you just said. Yes, absolutely all of that.
All right.
Spot on, my friend. Spot on.
Cool. Glad to hear it.
I am so screwing with you.
And Enzo would also like to compare notes on Lena and why she's been popping up while he may have been gone.
Is mad scientist type of stuff, mind control, building murderous robots, time travel, summoning creatures from the eons before.
Usual stuff here in Boulder City.
Standard dimensional shenanigans, as I'm sure you understand.
That needs to be the name for this episode.
Oh, and she worked.
Dimensional.
That might be the name for the whole show.
Yes.
That's great.
Oh,
well done, good sir.
She worked at the facility that we found Kevin at, right?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Or was that a different facility?
Lena?
Yeah, the one that we showed up to with the clones.
No, she was in the treehouse, wasn't she?
Yeah, we met her in person for the first time back in dinosaur times, where we saved her from dying of some illness.
Yeah, because the birds were coming in and pecking through
birds. Those were not birds.
The treehouse.
Those were dinosaur birds. Those, do not
they
understate.
Weren't? They looked like.
I mean, you look like.
I'm sorry,
Joe
good
Namath,
sir,
but you're not Joe Namath. It would be a vast understatement. I mean, I haven't seen your legs.
Well,
have you ever seen him and Joe Namath in the same place at the same time?
Well, we can talk about that later.
Kevin's like,
fair. Okay, fair point. Anybody got a football?
A small bit of clarification.
Right
the place where you found Kevin in that last one was NAI.
Okay.
Up near the dam, and the place that Lena had been working and had that ID for in her pocket was Microlex.
Yes. Okay.
Which is in Boulder City.
That was the cloning facility, right? Not the dimensional
nanotech
travel. But there were clones there.
There were no clones there.
Were there not? I thought that's where the
I don't know where you guys came up with the clones thing related to that.
I mean, there are clones everywhere. We all know that, right?
Were the guards just brothers? I thought that they were duplicates of one another.
No, wait a minute. That's clowns, not clones. There's clowns everywhere.
If evil, psychotic, alien clowns show up in this, I'm out. I'm right out.
Well, you know how I feel about clowns, so you're probably safe.
Yeah, but since you're the one GMing that, I don't have anything to worry about.
Am I going crazy? I thought we met two guards who were like identical.
Yeah, they're just.
No, we met some. We did, but we also met
they're just named guard
5 stinky janitors. So
yes,
those guys were kind of
janitors,
clones, I guess.
Okay.
Doppelgangers, cyborgs.
Yeah.
No,
Olaf and Hadar.
But really, I mean, it feels like that clones should be somewhere on Crazy Town Bingo.
I'm just operating under the assumption that there are clones. That way it's one less surprise.
So then when they finally show up, you're not going to be
yet.
surprised. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Oh, they're clones, and you're going to be like, finally!
All along, I knew it.
I'm surprised you still haven't wondered about what's living under the lake.
First guess,
Got a big lake up there, and you haven't even.
Billy decides he's never going swimming again.
But Does that mean we all just like had the stroke of inspiration of like, have you guys ever wondered what's underneath the lake?
I haven't even heard anything about the lake
Road
yet.
trip.
When did that tidbit get dropped?
About 60 years ago when they built that dam and made a lake.
But did they build the dam to keep something out or to keep something in?
All right, so you enjoy your s'mores. They taste just a little bit like plastic and acrylic due to what you've been roasting them over.
Perfect.
And photographs.
Funyun bags.
Did he find any clues written on them or inside the frames?
Oh, right, you were asking about that. Several of them had dates written on the back.
Okay.
But nothing's of any particular significance. Okay. You do also have Don Dixon's diary, but there's not really much in the way of new information there either.
Okay. Did Enzo take that, or do we have that from before?
Enzo took that.
Okay. Good work, man.
I mean, that's what Enzo does. So if it's information and I can sneak it, it's slick.
All right, so if there's nothing else that you guys want to do at the hideout, I'd like to zip forward a couple of days. Enough time for information to start percolating out through the town. And we'll say Kevin, you're at breakfast with your family, and your dad's reading the newspaper, and he says, "Oh my goodness, apparently there was a murder this week. Some woman was found dead near here. And here most of the police are off in Las Vegas at that convention. That's kind of bad timing. I guess only that
conventions?
Weird new detective Richards is the only one in town to investigate it. Kind of good for her, I guess."
I smell a plot hook.
I go, wow. But I mean, people get murdered here all the time, right?
Oh?
I'm still she's saying to children. I mean, very normal. All very normal.
Well, I haven't heard anything about murders in the area. This is fairly recent news. Who do you think could have done it?
I mean, did they say how she was murdered?
No, nothing in the newspaper about that. But you know how the police are. They're not going to release too many details until they've caught somebody.
Maybe it was like a mountain lion.
Well, if it was a mountain lion, I think they would have said it was a mountain lion and not be opening a murder investigation.
I mean, maybe the mountain lion was gone.
Well, anyway, you need to get on to school, so we can talk about this more this afternoon if you're still interested in it.
No, I'm good.
Enzo, do you have any everyday life scenes that you want to do?
I haven't checked in on the pet store owner.
Okay.
Sorry.
That is Jerry
Birch.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think I used to be very close with Jerry and would go in and get hot meals and hang out. So I think it's been a while, and I'm remembering been so caught up in the transition and moving back to town that finally stop in and pay him a visit.
It's not the same Jerry, no. Kevin asked in chat. That was an accident. I didn't realize I had already used that name, so we have two Jerrys in town now.
I'm sure the pet store is like Jerry with a G.
Something like that, yeah. So you enter through the door, and the little bell above it jingles. And Jerry looks up. He's feeding a really cute puppy. He looks up and he says, "Enzo, I haven't seen you in ages. I was hearing all kinds of strange stories. I mean, your dad was arrested. How did that happen? How did that all turn out?"
It was a complete misunderstanding. He had some equipment. It was that they thought he took from the lab. It was just some paperwork. Everything worked out fine. So,
wow, it was sure a lot of hullabaloo over just a misunderstanding. But I'm glad to hear that he's okay.
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, everything just ironed out. Not a big deal. Everything's normal. This is the dimension that I'm from, and this is. I mean, so what's the name of your puppy?
Oh, well, he didn't have a name yet. I figured we'd let whoever bought him take care of that end.
Is he a puppy mill puppy? Is it?
Oh, no. I don't think they don't go in for mutts like this one very often at the puppy mills. Nope, he's just a little guy who was born a few days ago from somebody that bought a dog here a couple years back.
I mean, no big
cute
deal,
little guy, isn't he?
I mean, it's too bad he's only got that one eye, but that makes him all the cuter, you know?
Wow, we're really hard on the animals in this game, aren't we?
I'm going to call you Mr. Magoo. Well, maybe I could...
He bites your fingers a little bit, like puppies do.
I might be able to talk to my folks, see if, I don't know, we got some room in our, animal house, and maybe they'll let me.
Oh, well, if they say they want a dog, then you know where to find me.
All right, well, yeah, I'll be back. And I'll take some crickets for the road for little Mander.
Oh, you got it. He fishes some crickets out of the cricket cage and hands those over to you in a plastic bag.
And Enzo bounces.
All right. Jomar, you have a scene you want to do?
Yeah, let's do... It's been a little while since I've talked to Gordon Jenkins from the Boys and Girls Club.
Right.
And if you're okay with that, I'd like to follow up with him. And I guess it's been a couple of weeks. And, a lot has happened with me, and just want to check in with him and see how he's doing. He's always been a good mentor friend of mine.
All right. Let's see, I've never done Gordon yet, so wonder what he sounds like.
He's a little Southern, like Southern charm kind of fella. Not slow, just thoughtful, and really likes young people. Really good with young people, and but he's not corny. You know what I mean? Just a good, genuine fella.
All right. Hey there, Jomar. How you doing?
Hey, Mr. Jenkins, what's happening, man?
Well, keeping the lights on, keeping this place going.
Yeah. I love what you've done with the places. Did you just paint recently, or?
It's been a couple months now since we repainted, but yeah, okay. I guess still kind of smell it in here, can't you?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not bad. Just it kind of got a nice fresh look to it, and yeah. Sorry, it's been a little while since I've been by. I just wanted to come and see you and just chat for a minute and just see. Me and the gang, we've been hanging out. We're doing some, just fun stuff and keeping up with school and keeping up with, just all the things that young people do, and
oh yeah.
Yeah, and we, so yeah, just I don't know, Mr. Jenkins.
Say, how's that guitar working out for you?
Well,
you been practicing?
Yeah, a little. Well, I tell you what, I do a little bit, but I've really kind of taken to the drums, and I've always kind of liked to hit on things and make sounds and noises and keep a beat. So I've kind of been going that way, and I find it pretty easy to go with. So but I won't give up on the guitar. I just kind of really like the drums.
Yeah. Well, I always thought that every kid ought to learn at least a little bit of guitar, a little bit of piano, just for the broadness of the musical education, and you get the math in there too.
Yeah. Well, me and math, kind of like oil and oil. It just slides right in and slides right out, and it doesn't really stick very well. But hey, I'm trying to catch on to it.
Don't get down on yourself. Not everybody can be good at everything, and you'll get it.
Yeah. Hey, did I tell you I actually asked a friend of mine to go to the dance?
Oh yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, just as friends, and we had a good time. She's a part of the gang, and but I didn't know if she'd even want to go with us to the, so I asked, and she was there, so we had a good time, and everybody. And did you hear about the graffiti at the school?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Crazy.
Young lady came in asking if we had some paint to cover over it. I guess what she was trying to do to wipe it off wasn't working.
Oh, wow. Do you know, any of the other adults have an idea of who did it? We've been looking and we can't tell what happened.
No, I'm sure it was just some hoodlum.
Yeah, probably so. Well, hey, I just wanted to take a few minutes. It's been a while, and it's really good to see you and talk to you. And maybe I can stop by later on this week or next week or something. And really appreciate your time.
Well, no problem. We got this go-kart thing coming up pretty soon. If you and your friends want to think about signing up for that, it's only about $15 each.
Oh, that sounds cool. Okay, I'll bring it up to the gang.
All right.
Cool. Thanks. Have a great day, Mr. Jenkins.
You too. We'll see you later,
Right.
Joe Ma.
See ya.
Cody,
Yeah.
do you have a scene you want to do?
Yeah, I was thinking, is it hockey season now?
It's not really hockey season. We're coming into summer, but it's kind of the coach might be feeling out the players for the next year. Only a few weeks left in
Sure.
school, so she'd want to get players on the ice and see them skate. So what are you thinking?
Yeah, no, I like that. I'm just trying to think because we haven't talked about hockey. I think it kind of slipped my mind up to this point.
Got to get the Long Island voice in now again.
Yeah,
Try to figure that out.
Mr. Reddick finally catches up to me again because I think I'll also be 14. Will I be in 9th grade the next year or no?
Could be, yeah.
So, right.
So what's the scene? Or if you're still sorting it out?
Between classes and Mr. Retta catches up to me to ask me about the next season.
Oh, there, Cordy. Hey, well, I was looking for you. We're planning on having some trials out at the rink next week. You think you might be able to come and let us see you skate? Let the other players get an eye on you?
Oh, skating. Yeah, man. I don't know how to. Well, I'll just come out and say it. I had kind of forgotten about hockey. Now that you bring it up, I'd still be really interested, but well, I don't exactly have a lot of experience skating. So I can come to the tryouts, but I would want to work on that, somehow on my own.
I see. You think you might want some lessons, maybe?
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Do they keep the rink open in the summertime?
Oh yeah. We keep it open year round. You know how it gets so hot here in the summer. People like to come in and get some ice on the face, fall down a lot.
Yeah, I bet that would be nice. Other than the falling.
Well, if you fall on ice, you got the ice right there to take the swelling down.
That's true. Yeah. Well, yeah. If you could talk to get me details about lessons, I would really appreciate that.
Sure. You just go on down to the rink sometime. They got signups there, and we can talk about the price. I don't remember off the top of my head how much it is, but you could do weekly, 2 weeks, monthly, whatever you have time for and can afford.
Awesome.
Maybe I can get you a
cool.
little scholarship since you're going to be on the team.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. And then when are tryouts?
Well, the tryouts will be in the fall, shortly after school starts. But what we're going to do on the weekend is just a little bit of a trial run. Let the potential players meet each other. Don't even have to get on the ice. Just maybe spend some time out in the parking lot. Show them some body checks, whatever you can do from your other sports. I understand you're a rodeo, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be there. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. You're right. Probably not on the ice, but Yeah.
All right.
I'll see you there.
See you then. All right, Mogu.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a scene that you would like to do?
I was thinking maybe trying to contact Dexter. I haven't heard from him for a while. Or her.
Okay. So I presume that you're going to be in the library on the computer there?
Yes.
Okay, and this is all done in text, so I don't have to do a voice.
You could do the robotic one. I mean...
If I had a voice changer or something, I could do like the disguised phone freak voice.
Oh, that's cool.
You're not using one now?
All right, so you're at the library, and you've contacted Dexter. Did you have a particular topic that you wanted to discuss with him?
Well, I would start with, how are you? Because I haven't heard much from him in a while. Yes, he helped me out to go. He helped me to get out of that place, but that was about it.
Right. Okay. He says, it's been kind of touch and go. The hack into the federal servers to try and find out information about you kind of raised some alarms in some places. Of course, I haven't been able to get back to my old hideout in quite some time. So I'm up in, well, I probably shouldn't tell you where I am just in case. But I'm still nearby. Not in town, but nearby.
Anything that you need from me that I can help with?
Well, now that you mention it, there have been some weird things going on with the robots around here lately. They do their jobs, but sometimes they'll wander off. We haven't quite been able to figure out exactly what's going on there. There doesn't seem to be anything strange in the software.
Yeah, I had one the other day on the park that literally looked like it wanted to talk to me. It was so weird.
Ah, strange. Well, keep an eye out for that. See if you notice anything, and if you can maybe figure out why they're acting so strange. I've always been worried about our reliance on these robots. You can never quite tell what they're going to do, and people say that they know where they come from and what they're supposed to be doing, but do we really know? Do we know everything? I don't think so.
I don't know, Ma. For all I know, they could be aliens.
Aliens? Well, that's an interesting idea. Yeah. It does seem like they're a little bit more advanced than we should really be able to do with the computers that we've got these days. Could be aliens.
Yep, that's all I got.
All right.
You're going to leave them on red with that?
Aliens.
Okay. I will write you back if I find anything out.
All right, good. If I hear anything that might be of interest to you, I'll let you know.
Thanks, man. Take care.
You too. Okay, Billy, you have any ideas for a scene you want to do?
Yeah. Billy's has been hanging out again here and there at the good old local fishing and hunting store.
All right.
Owned by
Ken Masters.
Owned by Ken Masters of Masters Hunting and Fishing. For two reasons. One, he heard about that cool, one of his friends told him about a go-kart race or league or whatever it was, and that actually sounded interesting to him. So, but $15 is a lot of money. I mean, that'd be like, I'm sure $15 today is like, in the future it's going to be like $30. So he's doing odd jobs again for Ken, and he also heard a rumor about some weird stuff going on up in Lake Mead. So he's gonna pick Ken's brain.
All right. So Ken has been teaching you how to operate the knife sharpeners. So he's got you sharpening some knives, and that leaves plenty of time for chit chat. And he says, "Something in the lake, huh? Well, there have been some rumors. Some of the fishermen saying that they thought they saw some kind of big shadow down there. But fishermen, that's why they call it a fish story, right?"
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, what kind of shadow did they think they saw?
Well, one fellow I was talking to said that whatever it was had to have been 3-4 times the length of his boat. But the water magnifies stuff. You look down there, you see something that looks 20 feet long, and it's only 3 feet long.
So what they think that like it's Nessie, like from that story in Scotland?
Well, maybe. I don't know how something like that would have gotten in here. I mean, the lake's not really that old. It's not like there's something that could be from prehistoric times in there, like they say Nessie is.
What do you mean the lake's not? What do you mean it's not that old?
Well, it was just a river 80 odd years ago, and then they put that dam in and flooded up the whole canyon. That's where the lake came from.
Huh. Okay. And nothing else weird has happened around there, like no one's gone missing while out fishing on it. I mean, people fish out on that lake pretty often, don't they?
Oh yeah, and you know how it goes. People get drunk, fall off the boat all the time. Sometimes they drown. Sometimes we assume they drown. They never quite turn up. I imagine there's probably a good number of drunk fishermen down at the bottom of that dam.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now there was one thing. There was a woman who was installing. I'm not sure. It was some kind of a turbine, I guess she said it was, way up at Black Island, and apparently she got a little bit of trouble for that. Department of Fish and Wildlife didn't exactly give her permission for that thing, but
well, what was it she was putting up there?
It was some kind of weird device. It was like a turbine, except it was underwater. People said that it was giving them some messing with their compasses.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, as far as I know, even though she got in trouble for it, she got some fines. It's still up there. Some of the folk who go out that direction say it's still in the water up there.
It'd be weird that they'd leave something like that just hanging out where anyone could come up and look at it or take it.
Yeah, you'd think. Apparently, it's kind of big. It's bulky and it's underwater, so I guess nobody's thought it was worth the trouble to try and bring it up. I haven't been out to see it myself, but heard descriptions.
Oh, hey, before I forget, what kind of grind do you want me to put on these knives? A convex grind or a hollow grind?
Use your best discretion, I guess.
Scandi grind it is.
Throwing the technical terms at the GM here.
Well, you did throw that at a guy who likes knives.
Yes,
so.
I did. Should have expected it. This is why I never game with geologists.
That would rock.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh.
No. You all should be applauding that. Well done.
I gotta say, sometimes I do take the pun for granted.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. Laugh.
You could lay that sense of humor out on the slab.
Quantum Childhood is brought to you by this fine sponsor.
Are you experiencing bleeding, bruising, or broken bones? Have you recently taken damage from bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, or poison? Potions of Healing can help. In clinical trials, potions of healing are proven effective in helping recover as many as 60 hit points. Side effects are similar to placebo and may include headache, dry mouth, dizziness, weight gain, and nausea. Half-orcs who are pregnant or expecting to become pregnant should not take potions of healing. Ask your party's cleric if potions of healing are right for you.
So there are some.
I'm glad you're moving. Glad you're moving on, Brian. My sentiments exactly.
Stop.
Joe Mars losing his marbles over here.
So you get
Not only marbles, but my level of respect for
I am feeling a lot of friction in this group right now.
Cody. Please step in.
I think the game might be developing a fault.
Please, brother. You're just sitting there laughing.
Okay, so the next day,
Moving on.
school's let out, and you're all gathered back at the hideout, I guess. What is your next move?
So yeah, there's definitely a monster in the lake.
Oh, definitely rock climbing.
Did they have rocks to climb back in the 80s?
No, they didn't invent those until 1988 or 1998. There were no rocks before then.
I knew it.
Let me tell you, the Rocky Mountains were a lot more boring.
Okay, I got to jump
They were
in this
just the
with
mountains.
Billy. Billy, what did you just say about the lake monster? monster lake?
There's definitely a monster in the lake.
Where?
Well, good question.
Right after I finish eating this.
Just don't tell me Black Island.
My sources tell me that a while ago, crazy lady scientist, might have been our normal crazy lady scientist, may she rest in peace, was out at Black Island trying to put some gigantic underwater piece of technology, like a turbine or something else, into the water. But they came in government, he makes air quotes, came and stopped her because whatever she was doing was messing with people's compasses. So, but whatever she put in there is still out there, and I don't know if it's related to the monster or not. But there's not really such a thing as a coincidence in this blasted town.
So Mogu has just walked back in where we were, and I look at her like kind of wide-eyed.
Wow.
Mogu, didn't you study water turbines?
Did I?
Like on your own kind of thing, just because you were curious?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, so Billy's saying this water turbine is a monster, and it's up around Black Island.
Well, since I lost the sight of the dinosaurs, are we going or what?
Well, no. I'm not saying that the water turbine is a dinosaur. I'm saying that the water turbine thing may have caused a we don't even know. Well, of course, we have had dinosaurs here, so that actually would be logical.
Well, I just want to see that compass spin around.
Okay. Are we going to Black Island or not?
Yeah, I mean, since when do we hear something that is weird and we stay home safe?
Well, have we?
Am I going to have to go get another campaign?
Dude, do not open it.
As much as I love to derail things, especially GMs, I feel like whatever's in the water will keep. Okay, it's on ice.
All right, so we'll write it on our mystery board and just put a pin in it.
Are you saying it's on the rocks?
Because Zinjo just wants to see the compass spin around. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
I say let's maybe, as much as I hate to say this, we should probably figure out the deal with the dead scientist first.
Okay.
And as Billy says that out loud, it reaffirms just how much he does not like this town sometimes.
So you get me all wrapped up about some kind of monster like Nessie, and now we're going to resolve the mystery of a dead woman. That sounds so much better.
We've been out on the lake before.
You ever just think that our lives are like a really, really bad Scooby-Doo episode?
Yes. Definitely Creeper.
Yeah.
Creeper 2.
We didn't see anything when we were out on the lake, so I'm sure it's not.
And
not
Mrs.
anything
Peabody
urgent.
isn't looking that good either.
That's true.
We need to get her to the animal hospital. Like,
Why
pronto.
nobody's asking
And I have to be in
Mrs.
town for
Peabody
hockey.
if she saw anything?
That's a good idea.
Oh, maybe she knows who killed the woman.
Maybe she killed the woman.
No, not Miss Peabody.
We keep on saying the woman, but I mean, it was Lena Petersen who just got off,
yes.
right?
Yeah, my
Without a
date.
doubt.
Okay, good.
One of them.
Who
that's
was on a
right.
date?
You did.
Wait, we saw her the
Better
night
be careful,
she died.
Kevin, with making that call.
Right. Wait a minute.
Wait,
she died
how do
that
you know
night?
when she died, Kevin?
I'm just assuming that.
All right.
And where were you that night, Kevin?
I was with you most of it.
Well,
A likely story.
hang on just a second. There weren't too many of us that were with Billy for a little while. Billy, where were you that night?
Oh, somewhere doing something absolutely horrible.
Okay. And see, I know Billy well
I'm
enough to know
joking.
that. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe a word he's saying. Okay, so we've gotten all that out of the way. Who killed Lena?
Last person to touch their nose did it.
Was brave.
This does not work over audio.
Well, 3 of us are showing our noses, yes.
It's theater of the mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said across the nose, not up it. My bad. Sorry.
We know that she was, like, her cause of death was something puncturing her head, right? But it was very small.
That's what it seemed like.
So
you know what we need to do? We need to get a copy of the autopsy report, because I'm sure that's something a bunch of
It'd be so
kids our
cool.
age could read and understand.
That's a good idea. Where do they keep autopsy
Yeah.
reports?
How do we get that from the morgue?
Our age-old friends breaking and entering. Or somebody's relative surely works there, right? Maybe like Stephanie works there part-time as the janitor. She gets around.
Can Mogu hack into the morgue?
Do they digitize their files?
Computerized at this point in time.
No, they're not.
Thinking that. I don't think
Well,
so.
It'd be
for the
microfiche.
convenience of plots, if that's the route that you want to take, then it is computerized.
You know what? This is
We
a
do have
town with a
robots.
hyperloop. Everything's
Maybe.
computerized.
Oh, yeah.
Can you?
So we're at Windows 3.1
Window
is what
frames.
you're telling me.
Windows for work groups.
NT. Okay.
It's a
Okay.
Unix system.
Ooh. All right. Mogu, you're brushed up on your Unix, right?
Sure.
All right, so where should we do
She's
this?
so positive. I love it.
Yeah,
From the
I'm gonna go to
library.
The library.
All right.
Somebody needs to back her up. We all need to go, right?
I think that's probably best.
Yeah. We got to set some
Have her,
watch,
Backup
lookouts and whatnot.
break-in backpacks.
Yep.
Just in case.
So we'll get those supplies from the hideout before we head to the library, right?
All right. So I'm going to assume that you're going to the library during normal business hours,
Yes.
so you don't have to break in there.
Perfect.
Although you do have
Okay, if you say so.
Mogu's contact who can let you in. So then, you all arrive at the library as a group, which doesn't look as suspicious at all. And the librarian sees you coming in, and his face just lights up at seeing Kevin. He says, "Kevin, haven't seen you in a while. Are you here for more?" And I really wish I could had like some embarrassing book that's like below what your reading level should be to ask you about, but I can't think of one.
The Babysitters Club.
Perfect. You looking for the next Babysitters Club?
The what?
Those books that you were liking so much.
All his friends slowly turn to look at him.
What is this,
Dude.
Kevin?
They get caught up in weird adventures. So do we. I identify with it, okay?
Okay.
It's me.
You say
my
so.
soul.
It's research.
Book 85 just came in.
All right. I mean, yeah, okay, cool.
Did you learn some important life lessons on the way there, sport?
Kevin wants to be mad, but Kevin has learned life lessons. He smiles. Maybe not.
Oh, well, that's Mogu. The computer is free as usual. You seem to be the only one who knows what
Thank
to do
you,
with
ma'am.
it.
And I hit
Enzo
the
heads in the
computer.
nature section.
All right.
Uh,
So then,
I crank up Oregon Trail and have it going on the computer next to him.
Nice.
all right. So then you are hacking into what
I'm actually
exactly?
not going to try and hack, but try to contact Dex and see if he or she can help me out. It's more
okay.
likely that with my level of technicality.
All right. In that case, to find out whether or not Dexter can help, make a contact roll.
Oh boy. Wait, I can't even. Yeah, I saw that one coming. I have 0 in there.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather
Yeah,
make a program roll?
Make a program roll. Now that you mention it, hell,
Maybe that's for the next level up.
There you go.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So then, since you got a spare success, you get a bonus effect, and the ones that are appropriate are you don't need to roll to overcome the exact same trouble in the future. That is, any time you want to get into the medical examiner's office, you can. You do it really quickly. You get new or unexpected information, or you show off. So pick one of those.
New or unexpected information.
Okay. Eminently practical.
Always.
All right. So according to the autopsy, the injury on Lena's forehead was apparently made by a device the robot has called a finger. It's not just like a normal finger, but it's a probe that they use to manipulate electronics.
It's a robot finger.
And it's a robot finger. And it's very sharp, and it can extend about 1 meter long, and they can use it to like punch through metal. So it was probably effortless for whatever robot did this to punch it through her forehead. You see that
I'm sure I know which finger that one was.
You also see that the investigating officer is Karen Richards.
We've met Karen before, haven't we? Right?
I think she dressed me down one time at the park of Ken's place.
Correct. And she was also the officer who was investigating the Aaron, which Mogu and Enzo weren't around for. That was the mind control device.
Hey, what happened to that kid? Never mind. I'll find out later.
So let's see. What other information might you have gotten from the coroner? As an addendum, the name on the file is Mona Seelan, but there's a note on the file that was an alias for Lena Petersen. Whoa. And that someone should be looking at a company called Microlex, where she was apparently employed under that false identity.
So, wait, are the guys around me, or are they seeing this, or?
Well, Kevin at least
I'm watching him on the trail.
Man.
Enzo said he was in the nature section.
$5 that he dies of dysentery.
I was at the card catalog, which was next to the computer.
I think we need to group up and talk about what I just found out. So let's get Enzo and everybody.
Yeah, cool.
You can just print it, right?
What? Can I?
Sure. It'll take like 20 minutes to print out 2 pages, but...
Yes, you can.
I heard... William Shatner told me
it'll make that screeching sound every time.
I can't tell you guys straight away. Why are you...
Oh, it's dot matrix, right?
Yeah, it's dot matrix.
Anyways,
printing's cooler, but okay.
So
if you want to.
Doesn't it cost money or something?
It's on the school's dime.
Okay, fine, I'm printing it for guys that are paying that. So I print it.
Oh, did the printer just jam?
Right, so the normally quiet library is filled with the screeching sound of a dot matrix printer.
Takes me back.
The nerdy looking high schooler who's trying to study gives you a dirty look.
And I point at Kevin.
He just wanted to print his high score.
That's a great idea, man.
So you tear the autopsy report off the printer. It's got those traction holes on the side that you enjoy
this
tearing
Peabody
off.
will not use.
So you got that to look forward to. I'm GM. I have to know everything about the game world.
I know, it's crazy. But yeah, I give it to the guys. Rolling my eyes again.
Brian used dial-up for a week just to get into character.
I think if Brian had to use dial-up for an hour, he'd break out in cold sweat and hives.
Yes, I do remember those days. My first modem didn't even have like a real screen. It was just a dumb terminal, text only, 300 baud.
These were the dark days, children.
Roaring.
Back in the days of Netscape, Elysian Fields.
I remember.
It was a dark and desolate. That's just a dark and desolate time.
Netscape.
God, if somebody would annoy me, I would be calling to the house 3 times, because if you call the landline 3 times, you kick them out. I was that kind of person.
Yeah, we just hit the receiver twice.
Has Al Gore invented the internet in our reality yet?
Let's see. DARPANET and ARPANET exist.
It's got to be naval intelligence. Okay.
So,
gotcha.
LoopNet. I like that.
So there probably is a network dedicated specifically to the loop facilities.
So the entire internet is the dark
But anyway.
web. Okay.
All token ring.
Pretty much, yeah. So what are you doing with this information that Mogu has discovered for you?
I think we need to go have a talk with our friendly neighborhood robot, Isaac.
That's a good idea. Ask the robots about the robots. I like it.
Have there been many robot murders besides like that lawnmower that ran over the guy?
I've been seeing very weird stuff. Like, I've been in the park by myself, and this robot was like kind of like cleaning only around me. And when I tried to be funny and follow him or eat or whatever, it would like try to mind its own business to then follow me again. So they have been weird.
You have a robot stalker, and you're just now bringing that up?
No, the normal life of a girl in it.
Even the robots are creeps.
Mogu.
Well, at least it didn't try to force feed you milk.
That's true.
The man has a point.
Right, yes.
I don't suppose you noticed if this said creeper bot had a murder finger, did you?
I was not looking at its murder fingers.
Fair.
No.
Maybe we should track down some robots.
I say we could break it up. I mean, Isaac's the only one whom I know of that we've actually got a rapport with. I mean, he may not know anything, but he was built by Lena, and he might have an idea about what's been going on with her and about any robots who have the extendo death.
Sounds like a pretty good lead.
The fickle finger of fate.
Is there consensus?
Yeah. So then we gotta head up to Lena's house, right?
Let's do it.
That is the last
Let's
place we
go.
saw Isaac.
And while we're there, we can also,
I'm packing my water gun.
take a look around, see if she left any clues about what
See, I
happened.
need to,
Or just go through her fridge, see if she's got any, RC Cola.
Oh, we can totally loot her house now because nobody lives there.
Well, nobody lives there, or no thing lives there.
no
dude,
people live there. It's at any rate.
Okay.
Try to make it.
We could
spooky.
at least we could get a couch for the hideout at least.
Carry it all the way back from her house to the hideout.
Not saying it's a great idea, but
It's a good idea. The work is the problem.
All right. So then, when you arrive at the farm, it's got its usual state of machinery and scrap out in front, although it looks like it's a little bit leaner than it had been before. On the roof of the main house, there's some kind of like a radar dish or something. The front door to the house is open, and even from near the edge of the property, you can hear really loud opera music. The hole in the barn is still there, but the equipment that was inside is gone. Everybody give me an investigate check.
I was just going to ask if there was a way to figure out which opera it was.
Probably Carmen.
Well, for that, you can make a comprehend check.
Let's see. Am I cultured?
What's our first roll, Brian? Investigate?
No,
Investigate.
I don't know opera, as expected.
All right, so Jomar, Enzo, Cody, and Mogu. As you're approaching, you see a flash of very rapid movement off behind the barn, but it's so quick and so brief that you didn't quite see what it was. It's very fast.
There's something here, guys.
Wait a minute.
Did you see
That's
that?
not one of
Who else
those.
saw that?
Was that one of those raptors?
I hope not.
I hope
Sorry.
not, too. I saw it, but I couldn't tell what it was.
Well, it was behind
Where's
the
the best
barn.
place for cover?
Let's get into the house. Is that where the music's coming from?
Yes.
Yeah, let's get into the house and see
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
what's
go.
happening.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
It's got to be. That sounds like Carmen to me.
It is actually Wagner. It's the ring
I
cycle
thought it
again.
sounded too Prussian to be Carmen.
The Ring der Nibelung, and it's on maximum volume. It's really loud inside the house. It's playing on some kind of automated LP player.
All right.
Come on, Mogu and Kevin, get in there.
Let's see.
The raptors will eat you.
Chicken.
On the table and the sofas, there's about 15, 20 books, all in different languages, and they look like they're all about the opera. Several of them are open to particular pages and they have underlines and notes in the margins.
Can you see what kind of notes?
Flipping through several of them, it looks like general idea is someone trying to figure out how gods can be born into people. Stuff about ascensions and apotheosis. One note reads, "Am I a god?" And then on the wall in the living room, there is written a lot of zeros and ones, written with black ink, with very, very precisely. And I have that here somewhere.
Do we begin to get nosebleeds and weird eye ticks by looking at it for too long?
No.
Mogu, can you read it?
It says 01001100.
Thank you, Mogu.
I don't know, guys. I'm feeling a bit off
I think your robot has gone cuckoo.
about this.
Is anyone
seems
else
like it.
hearing a modem in between their ears?
If you as players are interested, that is a decipherable message, or you can just Mogu can make a comprehend roll to try and figure out what it says.
Oh,
I know, right?
wow.
I have a freaking comprehend, huh?
Way to go. Girl, rock it.
Welcome to Zorg.
It says 01001100.
It is ASCII, and it says "Long live Lena."
Wow.
And now, with that amazing comprehend roll, let's see if you've got bonus effects here. The only bonus effect available, I should go ahead and show that to you too, is additional information, and I guess +3 if you decide to use it somehow. But I don't know what kind of extra information that can give you.
Sounds like it was written by a robot.
See, there's also a plastic file next to the coffee table, and inside are a large number of documents about all of you.
Okay, now he has gone cuckoo about this girl and us.
There's photographs of you, your personal information. There's even some photocopies of some of your textbooks from school.
How the hell?
Drawings of your houses.
Okay, I want to talk to this robot. He has some explanation to do.
Names and information about your families.
Do these look like human drawings or very precise and like line-by-line robot drawings?
That's a good question. They look like robot drawings.
These look like robot
It's
drawings.
a robot.
I say to the group.
Thank you, Enzo.
But a lot of the handwriting does look human.
Okay,
A lot of
where's the
what?
guy? We need to talk to this guy.
Enzo, you better copy some of this down if you can. Meanwhile, I want to turn off that dang music. Can we see where the record player is?
Yeah, you can easily turn that off.
Okay, yeah, I want to shut it off.
Okay. The opera singer stopped screaming at you.
Yeah, Enzo had definitely been writing down the 10010 then until we had it deciphered and write down everything else.
All right. So then, does anybody wish to make investigate rolls inside the house?
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll try.
Enzo, big money.
It's not my strong suit.
2 successes.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, I got a success. My second investigate success of this campaign.
And
Yes.
Jomar gets a bonus.
Yay. What are we investigating? I forgot. I'm sorry.
The interior of the house.
Oh, yes. Well,
Starting with Mogu. Ask me one of those questions.
What is hidden here? Where is it?
All right. Searching around in the kitchen, you see that it looks like the furniture seems to have been rearranged. Consulting with your friend, you can confirm that, yeah, the kitchen didn't look like this before. Apparently, it looks like someone's tried to clean up after a violent fight. Looking out in the trash at the back of the house, you can see that there's some bloody paper and empty detergent containers. Enzo, no, not
Holy
Enzo,
shit,
he
did
wasn't
this
here before.
robot got crazy, killed the woman, and left it in the lake?
Jomar, from what you remember before of this house, several of the photos of Lena that were here are
Yes.
missing.
yes. Okay.
All right, so then who gets the next question?
Billy's over
Enzo.
there rocking.
You
First
get two
off, I think,
questions.
what does it mean?
Well, it means that probably this being Lena's house and there's signs of a violent struggle, that this is probably where she was killed.
Chan, chan, chan.
Yeah, I can't tell if like the robot was obsessed or flipped and murderous.
Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna try and answer that question as your second question because that's important. So you have the message on the wall that says "Long live Lena," written by an obviously robotic hand. But you also have indications that Lena was killed here, and the autopsy report says she was killed by a robot. So it's reasonable to think that perhaps a robot became unbalanced somehow, and maybe an unhealthy obsession with Lena had turned into murder. And you're feeling really good about yourself about leveraging all of those cop shows that you've watched in your years, coming up with this theory. So, Kevin, you're next in line. You have a question?
Okay. So, yeah, we'll do what threats can I perceive here?
Okay. So as you're poking around the house, you see out the window that there is actually a dinosaur out there. It's not a raptor. You don't recognize the species, but it's got something weird apparently strapped to its head, and there's an antenna sticking up.
There's a dinosaur.
And it is watching the house.
There's a poposaur.
A what-a-saur?
Poposaur.
So, does it look like a herbivore?
Make a comprehend roll.
Oh. It looks like a T-Rex. It's not Denver, though.
It is not Denver. It is two-legged. You are not certain what kind it is.
Does it look like a duck?
Well, there are a lot of there are a lot of bipedal herbivores and carnivores.
Yep. Mogu got a success though, and so did Enzo.
Hey Enzo, go talk to that dinosaur.
I got to see if I've got a picture of a dinosaur that I can show you.
Poposaur. They existed. We talk about this.
Ah, cool.
It's one of those guys.
It's a zebrasaur.
Okay. It's a species of hadrosaur.
And based on its features, you think that it is not carnivorous.
Does it look like a zebra? I think it's because it looks like a zebra.
Okay, that too.
Yeah, so...
And everybody knows that zebras aren't aggressive.
That's right.
Right.
Real nice animals.
No, they're jerks.
They're quite ornery.
Cut in line.
It's okay, guys. They're vegetarian, so one of you guys can go up and say hi.
I'll do it.
I'll do it too.
Let's go, Mogu. We got this.
Yeah, I want to talk to these people. I mean, talking dinosaur, are you kidding me?
Wait, we haven't.
I can die happy.
We haven't determined that it can talk yet.
911 again.
But maybe if we're lucky, we can ride him.
We have a talking pigeon.
Dang it, your logic checks out. I can't argue with you on that.
Yeah, I know.
Give me each of you a charm roll.
I have a 0 on that one, so nope.
I also have a 0 on charm.
Oh, we're the worst. Oh no, we're going to rely on Kevin.
Don't. Can I come
Suddenly he develops a taste for meat.
Oh, okay.
Because as Mogu and Billy go out the back door to try and get a closer look, the dinosaur bounds away.
I have Funyuns.
Wait a minute, I thought I had...
Nice going, guys. Nice going.
Hey, excuse me, of the two of us, who's actually ridden a dinosaur?
Hey.
Who charged?
I wasn't here, that's no fair.
But who rode him?
Do they take a condition from this?
You're not helping, shut up.
No, because there wasn't an attack
Just
or anything like that.
Disappointment.
Disappointment.
Mogu sounds upset, but I'll go.
All right, so then Jomar, you head upstairs, and you find that there's a small voice recorder in the bathroom next to the bath salts and a rubber duck.
Say bath salts?
The duck has...
Don't eat those.
Yes.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
The duck has a necklace drawn on it and a name tag that says Nobel in black Sharpie.
Okay.
Okay, that's weird.
So, do you wish to listen to the recording?
Yes, I do.
So you hear Lena's voice. My plan that I will follow without deviation, sloppiness, or shortcuts. Not that past mistakes in any way have been my fault, but still. Where was I? The first step is to eliminate the darn kids. Had it not been for them, the people in Boulder City, these imbecile, inbred, self-righteous sheep, would have already gotten what they deserve. The only thing that prevented me from unleashing my wrath upon them were those precocious kids. When I get my hands around their necks, you hear splashing in the water. There, Nobel. You will come with me to the podium when I receive the big prize. When I face the cameras and finally get the chance to tell the truth about myself and how the people here, despite their absolute lack of brains, have managed to turn the world against me and hide the only one true genius in our time. namely me, my sweet Nobel. But first I must find a way to get my revenge on those kids and get them out of the way. Maybe I can use the Wagner rings against them? They are, after all, surrounded by machines and robots. I must strike at them before they suspect anything. And what then, you wonder, little Nobel? Then I will rise to the sky like Freya or Odin, controlling the robots, and make them see me as I truly am, a god. And I will have them punish my enemies. With an army of robots I could... Come in. You hear the sound of a door open, and a metallic voice is heard in the distance. Yes, of course, Isaac, I want cream in the chocolate, as always. You hear the door close. He pretends he doesn't know exactly how I want it. There was a time, dear Nobel, when I thought I could trust that robot, but Isaac has let me down. He's just like the others. He wants to use me to make a name for himself. One day he'll try to poison me, I'm sure of it. I'd better sneak down and see that he doesn't put anything in my cup. You hear the click of the recorder as it turns off.
Yeah, not gonna lie, kind of glad she's dead.
Okay, so I'm totally stunned. I'm going to. Can I take the recorder myself?
Yes, it's a small handheld thing.
All right, I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna put it in. Well, just gonna carry it. I'm gonna head back downstairs and find the gang because my head is spinning, and I think I just figured out who killed Lena.
Yeah, we'll get a repeat.
I'm going to share that with you
one more time.
Yeah, Brian, please do that word for word, inflection for inflection, please.
No, I mean, are we?
I like this.
Are we playing? Are we
very accurate?
Are we playing this out from my perspective, or
Jomar, tell me you got the rubber ducky.
Well, I just want to ask a question about in the recording. Is it Wagner ring or rig?
Ring.
Oops, ring.
Ring. Okay.
I just want to know if I can check the fridge for cool cuts, just because.
Yes, you can.
Lena is very pretentious, and so she has prosciutto.
Fancy cold cuts. Right.
And Limburger.
Right.
I'm
and
so good in that stuff.
Okay.
Pate.
All right. So I come down, and I've got rubber ducky and recorder in hand. Guys, are you all listening?
Billy and Bogu nod yes with their mouths full of prosciutto.
I was going to say yes.
It's fine. Hope you're enjoying it because this could have been your last meal, guys. And you wonder why I say that, right? You're asking me right now, why would you say that, Jomar? Are you asking me that? You're asking me that. I'm going to tell you why. Here, it's right here. It's right here on this tape. The woman wanted to murder us. She wanted to kill us, and this duck knew everything about it. Okay?
Billy,
so check it out.
Billy gives the duck the evil eye.
Guys,
it's murder most
I think foul. I think I know who killed Lena. It was Isaac. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to sit silently and just wait for them to ask.
Duck told you this.
What's on the tape?
Oh, you want to hear the tape?
Well, because
you want me to play the tape?
Right now, we think the duck told you, and that's a little worrying.
Are you asking me? Are you asking me to play the tape? Do you want to hear that? What do you want right now?
Dude, play the tape.
I want the truth.
I push the button.
All right, I'm going to decline.
Wait, first we need to rewind the tape and hear it in reverse, and then. So.
Yes, that's what I meant. I hit rewind. Yes.
Hey, be kind.
Does it get stuck?
No.
Then we get a big bang and start, roll it.
No, because I already pulled it out and rewind it and put the tape where it broke.
At some
so
point,
you're good.
Do we have to take the tape out, blow on it, and then put it back in?
No, I tapped it. With the.
That's a Nintendo cartridge.
Have you tried hitting the device to make it work?
No, it's okay. We're rewound. We're going to play through, and then all of a sudden.
Have we tried turning it on and off?
Yes.
I'm loving this.
Wait, if that was the first phase of her plan, then that means we're safe, right?
Well,
who is that novel whatever guy? What is that?
That's a duck.
I think it's just a rubber duck.
I don't know. That thing, if it does exist, that thing could be still trying to finish it up.
Well, no, I just hold it up, and I hold it up to Mogu, and I show her where it's written.
Hey, easy where you aim that thing, man. You don't know where it's been.
Looking at a muse.
I mean, we've met dinosaurs, aliens, robots, other things. It's entirely possible this is a possessed
the
duck.
evil rubber duck attacks.
Should we put it in the microwave?
Although I'll be honest, after everything we have been through, everything you just said, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if a possessed duck was our actual downfall.
The mastermind behind everything.
I start to look for more food in the cabinets.
He's quackers, I say. Quackers.
Well, just for safety, I'll seal it inside this Knight Rider lunchbox, metal lunchbox, put it in my backpack. And,
There we go.
So, I'm just going to throw this out there. We've all met, most of us have met Isaac. I don't really think he's the murder bot kind of guy.
But she did mention, it sounded like she had her suspicions of him.
Dude, she was going to take him out. He had to defend himself.
And she was also talking to a rubber duck. This isn't a woman who's a paragon of sanity. And she was also plotting to kill a bunch of kids.
That's what I'm saying. Isaac had to protect himself.
I mean, not a bunch.
I look for
us.
pans in the pantry.
What?
You find some pans in the pantry.
I get one. If I'm going to try to be pinched with a finger on the forehead, I would rather have a pan.
What is happening?
As a shield.
Oh. Okay.
What's happening here? I was
Did
like, is she?
discuss the utility of these fingers explicitly punching through metal?
Yes.
It's the thought that counts.
Yes.
Does it
Please
cover
track
iron
down
cast
this
too? I
Isaac.
don't know.
Yeah, nothing pierces
Nothing.
cast iron.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nothing but soap. Don't use soap against
Oh,
us.
that gives me an idea.
We don't have that problem.
So
the coordinates.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't think it's Isaac, but one reason why he might have done it, if he did do it, which I'm not saying he did, he might have done it to protect us.
I think that the question is, where
That
is
is a good
he?
point. Yeah, no,
I mean, that. You may be right on,
we need to
Billy.
track down
You may
Isaac.
be right on, man.
I really hope I'm
Wasn't
not,
he-
but I'm. Let's just find him. Let's just see if he's here.
And also, we need to find out what these Beethoven rings are. Or
Wagner.
Wait. What was the name on that album? The one that was playing that was no
Gilbert and Sullivan?
the one that was cranked up to 11 when we got in here.
Wagner.
Dramatic pan to the box set.
Wagner.
cover.
Der Ring
Wagner.
der Nibelung by
Der
Wagner.
Ring.
Isn't there?
The Freedom Mouse.
Wasn't there another robot named Wagner?
Oh yeah, you're right.
So where's he at?
Didn't we kill him?
Did we?
We did?
you guys have just been killing so much stuff.
I usually remember robot murder, but I mean, no, I'm dead serious. Did we?
I don't think
Oh,
we
he's
did.
that dude who looked like Don Dixon.
You killed Yin and Yang.
That's right.
I think those are the only robot casualties we've had so far.
All right, we need to find Isaac.
We should really keep a tally board at the hideout. Robots killed, dinosaurs ridden,
Wait,
existential nightmares, skinless horrors evaded.
Pictures
Toes
burned.
missing.
Toes missing.
It's true.
Dogs killed.
can we tell how recent those binary code on the wall is?
Do we have any successes left in investigate checks? We do have one. It looks like it's still pretty sharp, so it hasn't been up there for very long, but it's not wet or anything, so it's not within the last few hours.
But possibly after the murder, right?
Possibly.
Dude, what if he sucked her brain out?
What would he do with her brain?
I think that would have been noted in the autopsy report.
Besides that's zombies, not robots.
No, haven't you seen the brain that wouldn't die?
Robots?
Also a
Oh
good
god,
point.
we're gonna have zombies next, aren't we? I hate
Robot
this town.
zombies?
Isn't that kind of what the janitor was?
No.
No, he was just a cyborg that kills
Made
without
from
remorse.
dead people.
Yeah, totally different.
No, that was the other creature where we found you, Kevin, that was made of body parts.
What? Okay, sometimes I got to get caught up on this.
I feel like I have this feeling for all that you guys are saying that this could be a setup. And we also know that she was working under a nickname, and we haven't checked the place where she worked. Otherwise, I don't know where to go to find the robot. Is either we can find track marks, or we can follow the dinosaurs, or we can go to her office.
Could see what she's been working on at that under that alias.
The office is a good call.
Mm-hmm.
What if she was a clone, and she just killed her own clone? Okay,
and we're back to clones.
That would make her a clown.
Yeah, a killer clown from
Not a clone.
New Jersey. Is that where she's from?
Outer space, right.
Okay, so we want to find where the...
Like a killer clown from outer space or something?
Yeah, there you go. You got it. Okay, I still think we need to find Isaac.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We've got to talk to him and see what's going on.
And first Isaac, obviously, because he might have been the second to last being to see her alive. And if we can find Wagner as well, bonus.
All right, so how are you going to go about that?
Okay,
but how are we
I
find robots?
I would love for Cody and I to go find Isaac, because we were the first two to meet him, and he may know us a little bit better, so to speak. Know us. I'm using air quotes. And I think Billy and the gang, the rest of the gang, go find Wagner.
No, I was with you guys when we first met Isaac the first time.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I forgot. Sorry about that. Well, do we want to split up, or do we want to find them both each together?
How are we going to track down any of them?
Isaac's the definite lead. Let's find him first.
Okay.
Wagner is just a coincidence because of the music that was playing.
Okay. And I hand Billy a napkin because he has a little bit of bruschetta on his. It's right there on the left side, right there.
Brian just uses his sleeve.
Okay.
All right. So, is there
How do we go about
consensus
tracking down robots?
How do what?
That's a good question.
They need power, right? So we should be able to.
Do we remember where his recharge station was?
It was up near the.
Power.
Yeah, it was up near that thing in the ground, right?
Yeah. The the Aaron.
Not the Aaron, the other thing, right?
Yeah, up near
the ecosphere.
The sphere next, the ecosphere. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the ecosphere.
Because it was a service hatch that you led us to, right? Where we could go down and we'd check that place out.
Well, presumably, he would have had a charging station on the farm somewhere.
Okay.
Let's double check. We haven't.
But yeah, if he was.
Go ahead. Sorry, Brian.
If he was spending a lot of time out there near the Aaron during that part, he might have been able to charge himself at the ecosphere too.
You know what? We haven't really searched the barns at this place and the other building. Okay. So let's double check the grounds. We know there's a Antennosaurus around. So we've got 4 barns to check out. Let's do that.
Okay.
I want to look in the barn that we've already been in first.
Oh, where you went to the other universe? Yeah.
All right. So in that,
also there were eggs below.
Yes.
Maybe those are what the dinosaurs came from.
You check out that barn, and you find that hatch in the floor is open.
Okay.
And down inside, there's no signs of the tender robots, but there are an awful lot of egg shards.
Okay.
Right. Baby dinosaurs, 100%.
Life found a way.
Do we hear any dinosaur sounds in here where we are now downstairs?
Dinosaur sounds?
No, you do not.
Aww.
Barn number 2 on the other side of the house. You catch a glimpse of some motion, and hunting around a little bit, you turn up. There's a small gray cat that's trying to avoid you. It looks hungry, but it won't come close.
Does it have any electronic gear on its head?
It doesn't
Can
appear
it
to.
talk?
Okay.
It says,
I don't know, talk to it.
I offer it some prosciutto.
it does seem interested in the prosciutto when it comes up and takes it from your hand and lets you pet it.
Nice.
The other two barns don't hold anything of particular interest. If you would like to make an investigation check.
Eventually I gotta get a success. But not today.
Nope.
Jeez.
Not today.
So, see, Enzo, you've never been here before, is that right?
Right, it's my first rodeo.
Okay. You see signs of a large vehicle of some kind, maybe a box truck or something like that. Heavy grooves in the ground, but it doesn't look like it's something that is here often. It's just one set of tracks. And its tracks lead from this machinery and scrap stuff out the main gate. And based on what you can tell, it looks like it was more heavily laden when it left than when it arrived.
My guess is that someone came in and drove off with a dinosaur? Or a robot. Something heavy.
Or a dead body.
Dinosaur,
Is that what I'm
robot
picking up?
marks, same thing, obviously. Same kind of print.
Well, just that someone drove in, presumably, but it doesn't look like it was a vehicle that was already on the property that, like she keeps there. I think it's someone from the outside.
Wait, the portal equipment from the other barn.
Oh.
Yes.
Could she have tried to relocate it elsewhere?
That is also a
Which barn
possibility.
do
Yeah, are
the
there
tracks lead
tracks?
up to, Enzo?
Bleeding? Yeah.
They lead up here to all of this scrap stuff, kind of like in the middle of the yard.
Okay.
But that's central enough that it could have been taking stuff from any of the barns or the house.
Yeah, and the portal went somewhere. The question is where. So we didn't find a charging station.
Searching around in the main house, it's actually up on the second floor, in one of the bedrooms. There are two charging stations up there, presumably the other one for Wagner.
But Isaac is not there waiting for us.
Correct.
Okay. Figured that wouldn't be the case.
You actually do find what would you have found? Remember the stuff that was in the trash cans in the back? In addition to the blood and the bloody rags and stuff, you also find like the two smallest fingers of a robot's hand in there.
They wouldn't happen to be covered in blood, would they?
They are not.
Am I the only one thinking in taking them as weapons?
Fingers?
Are these the extending kind?
No, they're just articulated human-like fingers.
I mean, I think we should definitely
But
take
metal.
them.
You got to make a necklace out of them? Is that what it is?
Agreed.
Just gonna hang them up from the roof of the hideout.
There you go.
Robots beware.
Or if we can see if they belong to Isaac or Wagner, and if not, maybe he knows who they belong to.
Okay.
We can poke him in the chest to get answers from him.
If you see someone you're angry at and you want to flip them off with authority.
So what's your next plan?
Are we able to follow the tracks? Are they clear enough after they leave the gate?
Once they get out to the pavement, you can't track them anymore.
I'm going to head to the Ecosphere. It's the other place that we saw Isaac. He may not be there, but it's the only other lead I can think of right now.
I'm going with you.
All right, brother.
Yeah, the Ecosphere is one lead. We can also try Microlex if that doesn't work out.
Are you wanting to split the party or everybody go to the Ecosphere first?
I don't want to split up.
It's kind of on the way.
Yeah, I don't want to split on either.
Fine, stay together.
We'll stay together.
Yeah.
All right.
I've seen those movies. I'm good.
So Mogu and Enzo, this is the first time that you're seeing the Ecosphere. I think I've got a picture of it. So it's just kind of a weird spherical contraption with a bunch of wires coming out of it and into the ground. It's got a hatch on the side and a little control panel inside. And everybody give me investigation checks in this area, please.
Brian, about what time is it now?
Let's see. School would have let out around 3-ish. It takes you some time to get up to Lena's place. So you probably would have arrived there at 5, spent an hour investigating. So it's about 6:30 now by the time you get to the Ecosphere. All right. Were these the new investigation checks that I'm seeing here?
I was going to say, can we lie and say no so we can roll again? Because of how crummy our rolls are being right now.
Jomar saving you. All right, so searching around in the rocks and the gravel around this area, you find that it looks like something has disturbed the gravel recently. It's hard to tell if it was a robot or not, but it's definitely something came up to the ecosphere and spent some time there and then went to the south. You follow it for a little while, but you lose it among the rocks eventually.
So, yeah, guys, it looks like maybe Wagner's been here. Maybe Isaac. And we think it looks like they've gone southwest.
Do we want to head the way the tracks? Do we want to check out the hatch underneath first?
Wait.
What, Cody?
Dorothy Green's house is to the south.
Oh.
We should probably check in on her and make sure she's okay.
You guys good with that?
Lena was talking a lot about getting revenge.
Oh, crap, you're right.
So she had some history with Dorothy?
Yeah.
She lent us her truck.
Mm-hmm.
Which then got stolen by somebody else, so...
Oh, yeah, and we never went back, did we? Ooh.
Wow. She's probably forgiven.
We're bad kids.
We're just wayward.
Let's hope she isn't dead at least.
All right, so you check in on Dorothy Green. Give you a picture of her there. And as before, when you knock on the door, she just tells you to come in. And she says, "Oh, it's you kids again. Well, now you borrowed my truck and you never brought it back. I mean, it's not like I need it. I'm in this wheelchair. I can't drive it, but still."
We're sorry.
It got stolen from us.
Stolen?
By, there were some Russians.
My truck was stolen by Russians?
Yes.
Were they spies?
Yeah, definitely spies.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, I knew them commies were up to something.
They're definitely up to something.
This was like 8 months ago, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah. She
says,
I've been cooking up some kielbasa. You want some kielbasa?
Billy would love
and
some
onions?
Billy's full of prosciutto. You speak
It's
for
a long
yourself.
day. And nothing but sunflower seeds and Funyuns.
Have there been any more creatures around bothering your dogs?
Oh,
Maybe
you know what?
Creatures or robots?
After all that kerfuffle, when you boys were here before, there was a little bit more than them critters tried to get in and get to my dogs, but eventually they got bored and they wandered off. I guess they found something else to eat. I haven't heard hide nor hair from them from several months. There were some fellows from the government come by asking me questions about them. So I think them fellas cleaned it all up or something.
Oh, well, that's good. But nothing.
Are you going to introduce me to your friends here? I think there's a couple kids here that I didn't meet before.
Oh yeah, of course. Because who hasn't?
Well, howdy, miss.
Just Mogu and Enzo.
Well, hello. My name is Dorothy. Who are you?
My name is Mogu.
Cool.
Mogu? Well, that's an unusual name, sweetie.
Pretty unusual.
Well, good on you.
And some call me Enzo. Yep.
Enzo, like that Ferrari guy?
Yes.
It's more weird.
That's my parents were a big fan. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not as weird as Mogu. At least I've heard the name Enzo before. Italian, but still. And this house, by the way, she has one of those plastic leis around her neck, and the house is decorated all tropical. She's got lots of Hawaiian memorabilia stuff all around her.
Well, ma'am, just got a question. You haven't had any problem with your electronics, have you?
Electronics? Well, I don't go in much for electrics. I've got my generator in case the power goes out, but you can see I use a lot of these kerosene lamps when that happens. They go from time to time, but it's not too bad of a problem.
No walking toasters giving you trouble?
Walking toasters? Why would you want a toaster that walks?
I saw it on the infomercial, just, Heard some bad reviews.
Oh, well, that's the kind of stuff will rot your brain, son.
Well, guys, I don't think there's...
Watch TV on Sunday afternoon. It's just not good. Next thing you know, you'll be buying one of them magic bullet things. Or maybe a microchip that makes your golf swing better.
Well, guys, I don't think the robot's been this way.
You got to head out, guys.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Thanks for the kielbasa.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It's always good to have some young people come by and keep me company a little bit. Now, you be sure you pet those dogs on your way
And we'll
out.
try to come by and see you as soon as we can, okay?
All right, you do that. And if you find out what happened to that truck, you maybe send it on back here. I mean, I don't really need it all that much, but it's good to sometimes have my neighbors go on errands for me.
You got it, man.
We'll watch it. Watch for it.
And now I want to find this truck.
All right, so you go out and pet the dogs. She has a lot of rescue greyhounds from the nearby greyhound tracks in Las Vegas. All right, and it's probably too late in the evening for you guys to get to Microlex at this point, unless you wanted to do a night infiltration.
When don't we?
Yeah, there would be the issues of what to tell your parents since it's a school night.
I'm also not eger to be in the dark.
Do we have?
with
We probably don't have
killer
time either
robots.
to head up to that service hatch in that tunnel where we found the other robots. That was just north of the Ecosphere.
You could probably get to the service hatch, but there's an awful lot of tunnels down there. It would take a very long time if you wanted to try and search those, like days and days.
I guess it's worth checking to see if we can see any activity around the service hatch.
See if it's
all right. Well, it doesn't take you very long to get up there, and you don't see any footprints or anything. And if you'll recall, Isaac didn't have the ability to get in through the service hatch anyway. He didn't know the code.
This dead end.
I just don't know where those robots could have been.
Well, maybe we can lay a trap for robots. I mean, what are they like?
batteries.
Good. That's a start. Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get a big box and a stick.
No,
and stick some
so,
batteries under it.
Make sure they're Energizer. No, none of those off brands.
Doesn't Isaac like opera? We just stage an opera at school.
There you go. Robots
Put up
welcome.
posters around town.
That's it.
Oh no!
Full production of the ring cycle
The whole ring cycle.
this weekend.
Come and see Aida. That'll draw him right in.
Kevin has several songs from the Mikado and Oklahoma memorized. So
Point out that the entire ring cycle is something like 18 hours long.
it's possible.
Billy knows a few verses from the medieval tale, The Song of Roland, but he is refusing to admit why he knows it.
I need to know that backstory at some point.
All right, so if you are not going to attempt a Microlex infiltration at night, I want more everyday life scenes. So we'll start at the left on my screen and say, Enzo, you have an idea?
Did I have a chance to talk to my parents about the puppy?
No, you haven't talked to them about that yet.
All right. Well, I think I'll pick up there.
All right, so who are you going to approach first?
I think we're going to go to my mom first. Sort of still getting to know her. It's been a while, but maybe she's the softie, at least in the pet department. So.
All right. She is engaging in her hobby of model building. For some reason, she really likes to build those plastic models of cars.
Nice. Corvette's really coming along.
Oh, thanks. I made a mistake. I had to cut a piece of the engine off. I glued it in the wrong place and then realized that I had a part that was supposed to go in a place that I had already put another part. I kind of made a mess of it.
Oh, well, maybe I can help. Can I paint something for you? Anything I can do? That?
Oh, well, if how about you take this little bit of the frame here and you glue the suspension on. I'm going to keep working on this engine. It's got a lot of little fiddly bits in it.
Right. I take it this is like the sort of taking out the trash element in the house to like get a little bit of credit. So gonna massage it a bit, just sort of help her out, get in her good graces.
All right.
For a little while.
Give me a tinker roll.
Okay. 0.
You realize that you have glued a piece on upside down, and you're trying to figure out how you managed to do that.
Well, I mean, I think I saw this in a magazine, like where they put the engine sort of upside down and sticking out of the hood. Like maybe this will work.
Oh, son, that is not going to work. No, if we try to put that in there, it's not going to fit up underneath the rest of the. Hand me that X-Acto. I'll cut it off, and we'll try and get it right next time.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not so good with machines. I'm better with animals, as you know. And speaking of which, I ran into Jerry Birch the other day, and apparently he's got a new puppy, and I don't know. I think maybe it's time I have a little more responsibility around the house.
Puppy, huh? Well, I know how this goes. You say you're going to take care of it, you're going to walk it, and you're going to feed it. And eventually, I'm going to be the one walking it and feeding it.
Well, I am pretty good with animals. I mean, like, I almost tell her about the talking pigeon, but sort of.
All right. How about you give me... You take a look at your character sheet and see what's going to be the...
Got a little charm, but...
Yeah. Are you better with heart or mind? You're better with mind. How about you give me an empathize roll? Okay.
1 success.
So you think that if you could play a little bit on the loneliness that you felt when you were by yourself in this universe and you didn't have her there, that having something to love you all the time would be good for you.
Yeah, I've come to lean so heavily on animals because I never had a mother, and but just animals have always filled that void, and it's great to have you, and maybe you can share that with me now. Just thought maybe it'd be nice.
Well, I didn't...
You're good with machines, and I'm good with animals.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, that year when you were apart from us, that must have been really, really hard. Okay, well, I'll talk with your dad about it, and I'll see if I can bring him around on maybe getting you a dog.
It's a particular dog that I've already met. It's very sweet.
Oh, all right, well, we'll see. Kevin.
All right.
Are you with us? There you are. Do you have an idea for a scene?
I'm trying to think here. Yeah, I want to find out something weird. I don't think my dad's actually an accountant.
All right.
Let's see. So we've had a full...
Let's see.
What's our time gap we can have an everyday scene in right now?
We can put it at any time. If you wanted to keep it in like chronological continuity, then it would probably have to be something in the evening of the night that you just had or morning of the next day.
Oh, okay.
Because I imagine that after school tomorrow, you guys are going to be heading for Microlex. So
true. Okay. We're watching the Wild Wild West that evening.
Nice.
Not the Will Smith version.
All right. Right.
And my
James
dad,
Garner,
for some reason, is like correcting all the secret agent stuff. Like he knows better than they do.
All right.
Maybe that doesn't work very well.
Yeah, because Wild Wild West was set in the 1800s.
Oh, true.
Oh, wait a minute. It's the nighttime. It'd be T.J. Hooker, right?
Oh, I've really drawn a blank.
But he could certainly be criticizing something like Knight Rider.
Oh yeah, Knight Rider. That's what
like
he's doing. He's giving us a critique of actual espionage, and I'm a little
right. And offensive driving techniques that are just completely unrealistic.
That's not how you run some off the road,
right?
And I'm like, I'm not a little unsure about this guy.
And in this particular episode, there's a scene where there are some Russian agents that are talking to each other, and there's subtitles. And he says, "Wait a minute, those subtitles are wrong. That's not what they said."
Ooh, and I'm like, whoa. How do you know that, Dad?
Oh, well, I took some Russian in college.
Oh, that's so cool.
Davai.
Kevin does know what that means, but he thinks it's cool, and he's going to say it at school. Cool. Did you like study abroad?
No, not really.
Okay, got you.
All right. I'm writing some notes to myself now because you gave me some ideas.
It was kind of shocking how quickly you lit up and like. Oh yeah, my dad's name is John Wick. Buford.
John Wick Buford, huh?
He had a most excellent adventure back as a teen.
You're confused because some people like keep a gun in the bedroom or somewhere, in a drawer. But your dad just has a drawer full of pencils, easily accessible.
For some reason,
and he gave me one.
Oh, that's
for some
true.
reason, you answered the phone, and it was some Ukrainian-sounding guy asking for someone called Baba Yaga.
Oh no.
All right, Jomar, do you have a scene for us?
Yeah, I've got a quick one, small one. It's going to be the evening. I've gotten back from our little adventure a little bit later than expected, and I'm kind of coming in, trying to be quiet because I'm not sure if this was an early night for my parents or not. So I'm, some of the lights are down low, and so I come in the door and I'm not sneaking, but just trying to be quiet. And I think one of you is sitting on the couch. So I close the door and I turn around. Oh, hey, Dad. Sorry I'm late. Me and the gang, we got caught up. We were riding our bikes up a little ways, and I didn't realize it was getting late, and I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I was starting to wonder where you'd gotten to. You missed dinner again. I hope you got something to eat.
Well, I didn't, but I can just I can just grab a little pack of crackers or something if that's okay. And
yeah, I graze on something. You've got that makeup test coming. Are you going to be ready for that? You've been spending a lot of time out this past week.
Oh yeah. I'm going to be ready for that one. No problems. I talked to the teacher and he was telling me this shouldn't be any problems for me, even though it's kind of the known thing that the second time around's harder. But he told me just do my studying, be prepared. I've done that, and I'm sorry I'm a little scattered, Dad. I do need to ask you a question. Did you hear about somebody them finding a dead body up the way there?
Yeah, shocking.
Do any of the adults know anything about what happened?
Well, no, not really. You remember when we went up to the police station when we were looking for your mom?
Yeah, I remember.
That officer we talked to when we did that is apparently in charge of the investigation.
Oh, Karen, Officer Karen.
Yeah, her. She. I don't know. She seemed pretty young to me to be in charge of a murder investigation, but she hasn't released anything else to the papers yet.
Okay.
So about everything that I know is what was in the newspaper this morning.
Okay. Well, you know the kids. I mean, it's around school. There's people talking, and the gang. We're just kind of like, do we need to be worried, or is something going on?
Oh no. When things like this happen, it's almost always somebody who knew the victim. It's never going to be kind of a random attack or anything like that.
Okay. I mean, it's not like there would be killer robots running around, right? Right?
You've been watching that science fiction hour on the television.
Yeah. Probably got a little too much of that. And of course, I hear this Rod Serling voice in my head, sometimes on the left side, sometimes in the center. It's.
Did I ever give you any Isaac Asimov to read? You should read some Isaac Asimov. I think you'd enjoy him.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we talked about it. I didn't take you up on it, but I definitely, would like to. So one of the guys in the group said something about iRobot. Or something like that. Maybe if you've got.
I think I want to start you on the Foundation trilogy first. So he goes over to the bookshelf and he pulls down the first Foundation book.
Oh, cool. Okay. I'll get the crackers and some milk and I'll probably crack the book for just a minute, but I'm going to head on to bed. And thanks for being here, Dad. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad you're here. You and Mom are a real safe place for me. Thanks.
You got it, son. Good night, buddy.
Thanks. Good night.
All right, Cody, do you have a scene?
Yeah. So as I come home, when I get home, my brother is back in town, which is strange because I hadn't been expecting him. But he and my dad are talking at the kitchen table, kind of in low tones, and I can hear my mom in the kitchen probably washing dishes.
Hang on, I've got notes on him somewhere.
Oh.
Paul. All right, so do you have any idea what that conversation is about?
I could. Maybe it's about him getting engaged.
All right. So he's telling your mom about this girl that he's about to pop the question to. And she says, well, I don't know, son. You really think it's a good idea getting married to a foreigner? I mean, what, is she going to want you to move back to Sweden with her at some point? He says, no, I don't think so. But, I've got some connections in Sweden with my job, so it wouldn't be the worst thing. I could work for Reichs Energy. She says, oh, but I don't know. You'd be so far away, we wouldn't hardly see you.
Oh, Paul.
Cody, it's good to see you. I just got back into town.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see you again since you were home for Christmas.
Oh, well, yeah, I had some...
Dating a girl from Sweden?
Yeah, I am. We've been seeing each other for quite a while. I told you about her at Christmas. And
I must have forgotten.
That's all right. Well,
sorry.
Things have been getting a little bit more serious, and I'm thinking about taking the next step.
Wow. Well, I wouldn't know much about that. I haven't had much luck with girls recently myself.
Oh, don't worry. It comes with time.
But would that mean that you would be even further away from home?
Well, no. I mean, we're not planning a move to Sweden or anything. If she decided she wanted to go back home, then we talk about it. But she's got a good job in St. Paul right now. And we've got I don't want to be too premature, but I think I'm on the verge of another promotion at my job. So, I think things are looking up. I'm making a lot of money, and I think it's time to start a family for me.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear it. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's kind of nervous about it to tell you the truth. That's actually why I came. I wanted to talk to Mom and Dad and get some advice.
Yeah. Well, I got to make sure I'm getting my rest, because there's going to be that hockey day.
Oh yeah.
Tryout thing this weekend. Yeah, it was good to see. Are you going to be here tomorrow, Paul?
Yeah. I'll be in town through the weekend. So yeah, we'll catch up.
Cool. I'll see you in the morning then.
We'll skip Mogu for now and go Billy.
Billy's going to head home, and for the first time in quite a while, he finds that instead of his mom being home, it's his dad who's home, having some leftovers at the dinner table. And Billy decides to join him because Billy's dad, if everyone recalls, actually works at the Loop. And Billy has an idea.
You sit down, and he's he's munching away on some leftover lasagna, we'll say. Oh,
Hey, Dad.
hey there, Billy.
Long day?
Well,
Yeah.
not as long as I'd hoped, to be honest. But how are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Just was out hanging with friends. I had a question for you. And so you know how this town's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, pretty weird.
Not a lot of other towns in America have, robots.
Oh well, there's robots in lots of places. I would think we got more than our fair share here because of the DARPA.
Okay. I was just wondering, because we do have more than our fair share, just like everything else here, the robots, have to, run on electricity, and they need a place to recharge.
Most part, yeah.
And I was wondering, where do they go to do that? Is there do they have their own power plant, or do they is there a place with just 1,000 extension cords and they go plug themselves in?
Well, actually, we do have a room just like that down near the Gravitron. Just rows and rows of them maintenance robots all plugged in.
Really?
But no, most of the time when somebody buys a robot, it comes with a charging station. They wire it up in their house. I think most of them take that high voltage, high amperage thing like a dryer.
Oh yeah. The 3 prongs that you showed me that one time when you were fixing the dryer.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that was a mess.
Do most robots run off of that?
I guess I don't really know a whole lot about it. I think there are some military ones that they got some kind of a uranium thing going.
Nuclear robots.
They're low.
That's what we need.
Yeah, they're low voltage. just like I think the ones that they sent out and put on the moon run that way.
Gotcha. How long
Why the sudden interest in robots? Are you gonna be a robots engineer or something?
I was just wondering. I mean, you see them around so much, you kind of begin to ignore them or think about them as just part of the scenery. And I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I mean, we eat, and I was wondering what. Yeah, I figured they ran on electricity, or in this case, nuclear material. And
I think the nuclear stuff still just makes electricity.
That's fair. But I was just wondering, just pure curiosity, settling a bet actually between me and one of my friends.
Got much money riding on it?
Well, I won, but the answer is still no.
Well, better luck next time then.
Yeah. But how? Just one more, and this is not a bet, just curiosity. How long does a robot's charge usually last?
Well, I guess depends on what kind of robot it is and how big a battery it's got. Like those,
just the typical robots you see around town, the ones that kind of look like us, but lipless and creepifying to look at for too long.
Oh, those things. Well, they take a lot of juice, I guess, and they don't have much in the way of battery life, so probably 4 or 5 hours before they'd have to recharge.
That little, really?
I honestly, I don't know. That's just a guess.
Okay. Oh, hey, I was doing some work for Ken. Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Told me there's a monster in Lake Mead.
There's a monster in Lake Mead.
All but confirmed it.
Well, I think Mr. Masters may have been token a little bit.
You think? And he held out on me. That's it. Friendship's off. No more.
All right. I would like to move on to Mogu now because we're out of time.
Hi.
Do you have an idea for a everyday life scene?
Yeah, I'm going back to the library because I'm that kind of person.
Okay.
And because I have my contact that allows me to go in even if it's closed.
All right. So it's after hours, and what did we say that guy's name was?
Derek?
Wait.
Ramon. So he lets you in. He says, "Oh, Mogu, it's good to see you. You've been gone a long time."
I know, man. I haven't seen you forever. How are you doing?
Oh, well, I passed that calculus thing, so that was good.
Yay. Cool.
What about you? You done anything cool lately?
Let me think. Nope. Life has been pretty boring.
Boring's good.
Boring is good. Do you mind if I use the computer a little bit tonight?
Oh no, go right ahead. That's great.
Thank you, man. So I go to the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And I send Dexter an email. I'm sharing with him the death report. I'm telling him that we think this Lena person has been killed by a robot finger, and that we suspect that one of them is either the cause or our personal savior, and we're trying to track the robot. And if he has any idea of how could we do that.
All right. So he tells you that there are some robots that have some kind of networking abilities, and if they're in communication with like a central thing, that he might be able to, or you might be able to track it that way. But you'd have to find out what it's communicating with and try and intercept the packets.
Mm-hmm.
But by and large, it's really hard to know that because they're all proprietary,
mm-hmm.
and there's not anything like a standard intercommunication protocol.
Okay.
All right. Did you have anything else for Dexter?
No, I just tell him that definitely robots are being weird when they're killing people, and tell him to be safe and call it a day.
Okay. This has been episode 13 of the Quantum Childhood Actual Play Podcast. I, Wagner, Part 2. The music for this episode is entitled Bad Robots by Nicholas Judy of Dark Fantasy Studios. The Tales from the Loop RPG is based on the art of Simon Stallenhog and uses the Year Zero game engine. More episodes of Quantum Childhood and of the Geek at Arms podcast can be found at geekatarms.com.